So why is that significant? Because even up to today, with our modern electron microscopes, these things basically send a radiation through the, sends a high frequency wave through the thing, and then it bounces back, sort of like sonar or radar. But with an electron microscope, it kills the sample, so you can't see a living sample. But he, through his ultraviolet technique, which hit with ultraviolet light, and then those two ultraviolet light beams created an interference pattern and built up on top of each other and created a visible white light. Um, he made it so that you can see these things without killing them. So he could look at human cells in a way that scientists still only a very select few ever have, and still even to this day a very select handful of scientists have seen. So it's very, very significant. And moving on, what did he see? What is so special about this? How does this relate to cancer? What is the point? Um, so as I stated, he was the first man to see a live virus. So what he observed, it was a virus that caused cancer. And this is incredibly significant because even in today's paradigm of cancer, um, no one's heard about this. No one's heard about a virus that causes cancer. And for what a virus is it's they're classified as living organisms, but they're special. They're sort of like they're sort of, they don't classify as either living or dead. They're sort of like in between, just because the way they reproduce, and it's basically a little strand of genetic material that gets into a cell, a host cell, and takes over the cell and uses the living cell to reproduce. It reprograms a cell to reproduce in a certain way that promotes more of the virus. So it's sort of like you know, Space Invader or something. It comes in and it itself cannot reproduce, so it needs to take over. It's a parasite, pretty much. So, and this wasn't just something like he just offhand like noticed, what he did is he took this virus and through different processes was able to replicate his results with this virus, and he caused over 400 tumors uh, with precision. He took this virus, sent it through a very precise procedure of how to make it cause a tumor, and then he replicated it 400 times. So anyone who has ever taken a class in scientific method knows that if you can replicate something 400 times, then you really have a pretty solid experiment. So he was onto something. He wasn't just maybe this caused this. No, it, by all means and standards of common speech, proved that this virus, when subjected to certain conditions, leads to cancer. So, in a way, we can say that he found a cause for cancer. Now, he didn't find the exact causes that led to those conditions, but he did find a preemptive uh, condition. He found, uh, it's misleading to say he found the cause of cancer, but what is appropriate to say is he found the root of cancer. That when different chemical, environmental, things in our body are in a certain way, that this virus will cause cancer. But again, he didn't find what actually caused that chemical environment. He just knew that this virus, when in these conditions, caused cancer. So he didn't find the cause of the conditions. Anyway, kind of rambling, but I just want to make that distinction clear that, it's very important, but it's not, the be all end all, cancer cause, this, whatever. But the way he approached it, it doesn't matter.